So, you want to have friends, right? But you don't know how to make them as an adult. Neither do I, but I am going to give my top tips for how to make friends as an adult. This girl a mess, y'all. Hi guys, welcome to my channel if you're new, and welcome back if you've been around here a while. I am Kendra, this is 𝐒𝐿𝐫𝐞𝐬𝐬 𝐓𝐡𝐞. This is my space where I share my life with you guys, mainly sitting around my weight loss journey, but I talk about other stuff too. And one of those other things I'm gonna be talking about today is how to make friends. So yeah, make sure you're subscribed to my channel. And also like this video, gives it a thumbs up if you like it or you found it interesting or helpful or any of that good stuff. Okay, so I have been having quite the year here, okay? So I began the year, one of the first things that I did this year was I went to Paris, okay? And at the time, oh my God, it was lovely. But at the time, you know, me and my husband, we were together, living in the same house, raising our child, whatever. Now we do not live together. We are separated. And so I found myself having no friends. And I also found myself wanting to get out, do things, live life, you know, I guess rediscover myself, whatever all this stuff means, I don't know. But all I know is that I was missing a large social component to my life, and it sucks. You know, it really sucks not having friends. I mean, I did a whole entire video about this last year. So check that out, you know, watch it at your leisure. And one of the things that I wanted to do was make friends. So it is something that I kind of like set as a goal for myself, I guess. Yes, because when you are in therapy, your therapist will usually make you set some goals because of whatever it is that you're going through. You kind of have to solve those issues by setting some kind of goals. So that's something to think about if you've never been in therapy before, but you're going through some problems. In order for you to kind of like get over those problems or find a solution to those problems, a lot of the times you will have to set some goals. So I made that as one of my goals. I live in like the third largest city in the United States. So there is no shortage of people, right? I was basically just talking about going out, living my life, doing things, whatever it is, whatever that. And so somebody posed the question, how do you make friends? Like, how do you do it? So basically I'm going to talk about 6 ways that you can make friends as an adult. Okay, but before we talk about that, I do want to give a little bit of a disclaimer, right? So I'm an introvert, and a lot of people that have YouTube channels, they're introverts. They just sit in front of a camera or whatever and they talk into it. They literally don't have an audience. Sometimes they do, like if they're vloggers and stuff. But yeah, they're just to themselves and they really don't, you know, whatever. But I believe that introverts get a bad rap a lot of times. They're considered like antisocial, don't know how to communicate, don't want to talk to people. And it's just like, that's what y'all think of me? Y'all think of me like that? And I think that that's not the case. It is just that we prefer our alone time, and our alone time makes us happy, and we thrive in less socially interactive environments. But that doesn't necessarily mean we're antisocial. We don't like to be in social environments. We don't like people. We don't like to make friends. We don't talk, like we're just sitting in a corner, not doing anything. It just makes it more difficult. I just want to throw that out there to my fellow introverts because I know sometimes it's a struggle, like going to things by yourself or trying to make friends or like approaching people or just whatever. It is all a very difficult struggle for an introvert, but it can be done. And so in order for you to make friends, you have to get out of your comfort zone, okay? You have to get all the way out of it. You have to actually give it a try. Like, you have to be vested in this stuff, and it's going to be time consuming. And sometimes it's going to be annoying. Sometimes you are going to be inconvenienced. Like, you are trying to get to know people and you are trying to have other people in your life. If you don't want to do those things, then you don't want to make friends. I often make parallels with making friends with dating. Honestly, they are very similar in the fact that, of course, you're getting to know someone and you're going out on dates and you're trying to see if you're compatible and if you mesh well together, if your values align. You know, it really is a lot like dating. I mean, and it's going to take up a lot of your time, and you may not get along with that person, and you just have to kind of cut it short. And it happens. But I think this is where people underestimate making friends, that it is truly an investment. Like, if you're trying to get like actual friends and not just like a text buddy or whatever, like, you have to like really put yourself out there and invest time to do so. So if you're not going to do those things, then you're not ready to try to make friends. So let's get into my top tips for making friends. So my number one top tip is make your friends through work. And I know that a lot of us were conditioned to be like, you have to separate the two, but not necessarily. And I say that because a lot of times we spend all day at work. Like, these are the people that we see on a daily basis. You may go to work and hate your job, but love the people. I had a job like that. And right now, I don't hate my job and I don't hate the people. You know, I talk to people at work and I talk about serious things. And I mean, we don't like go out and hang out like in personal, times away from work. But I'm sure if I wanted to take it that far and I wanted to do that, I don't foresee, like people being like, no, you're a weirdo, So I think that this is probably the easiest way to make friends, is just through your jobs, through your workplace. And if you don't make any friends like with the people that you like directly come in contact or work with like every day, maybe people that work in a different department or in a different area, like if you work from home or long distance or something. So that's something to keep in mind as well. Or maybe, you work at the same company, but you're just in different roles or different positions. So that way you don't have to directly work with them and then things might get awkward or whatever, but you can still kind of connect with them and have that friendship. So that's like number one thing. Number two way to make friends is make your friends through your friends, like through other people. And that's kind of like dating, how you set people up. I found her through mutual friends. So that's kind of like an easy shortcut way to make friends. And honestly, this is how like I made a lot of my friends in college. And I would say that making friends like this can be a lot more superficial unless you just really hit it off with that person. Because a lot of times, like when you're in a friend group or whatever, like you don't necessarily like mesh well with other people's friend groups or other people's friends or whatever. And that's fine. But sometimes superficial is fine too. I really feel like, friends serve their purpose. You might have your party friends. You might have the friends that you can rely on. You might have your go out friends. You might have your dependable friends. You might have friends back home. You might have friends where you live. You might have work friends. So I think that all different kind of friends like serve their purposes in your life. And you shouldn't shy away from the social connections that you make, no matter how superficial they are. Honestly, that's how I feel these days. Anyways. So the next tip for making friends is just to go out, do things. Put yourself in social situations where you'd actually talk to people. And I think this is a great way to make friends. So don't like necessarily like go to the movies, because like you can't talk during a movie. So how can you really like make a friend at the movies, unless, I don't know, you're hanging out in the lobby and you're like, hey girl, what's up? I don't know. Try more social situations. Like, even if you like to like go out like to your favorite restaurant, like I do, because I do that a lot these days. But I find myself like sitting at the bar, and that's what I'll do. It makes it a little less awkward because I'm by myself to sit at the bar, but also the bar is the social hub usually for a restaurant. And, you know, if it's a place that you like to go to a lot or you go to, you know, more than once, the bartender will get to know you and, you know, they'll talk and they'll introduce you to other people. Or, you know, somebody might come in and sit down beside you. It's just a social hub, you know, the bar area. Even if you don't drink, like, you don't have to drink. Like, I'm obviously not drinking because I have a child and I need to be in my, you know, full headspace. It's just a pro tip, though. That's another way that you can make friends. It's just go to a restaurant, hang out at the bar, order a drink if you want to drink, or order some food if you want to, you know, eat something. All right, and another way, these remaining ways actually are going to be on the internet. So, once again, I know that people are very wary of the internet, making friends through the internet, meeting up with people through the internet, but y'all have to be smart, okay? If you do not know someone, do not invite them to your home. Do not go to someone else's home, okay? That is like my first 2 top tips. Don't get in someone else's car. Don't have them get in your car. And I have to say this because people are very trusting. Even, and I'm going to say this in general, like with women, and this kind of also like goes back to dating. A lot of times we are taught to like, oh, give people the benefit of the doubt, you know, just, oh, they're good people, or, you know, they seem okay. But people are not okay. If you look on the internet these days, people are not okay. People are crazy. They do wild things, you know, and I just want everybody to be safe, and I want everybody to be aware of what's going on with you out here in the world. Do not be naive, you know, be safe. If someone has a problem with you being safe or, you know, crossing your boundaries or trying to get you to do things that you don't feel comfortable with, that's not your friend. Keep it moving. Bye-bye, okay? Because your safety is top priority. It does not matter about anyone else's comfort. Only your comfort and your safety. Those are key, because at the end of the day, you want to make it home and you want to be safe. So just be smart when you're meeting up with people from the internet, okay? Okay, so there is this app called Meetup. This is another great way to make friends and make groups of friends. So Meetup is like an app, and you go on there and they have all these different events, different things that cater to you. This is one of the first things that I did when I moved to Chicago. So like if you like running, if you like crafts, arts and crafts, if you're like a mommy group, if you like reading, they have everything on there for any kind of thing that you might be into. And the app is called Meetup. I did this, like I said, when I first moved to Chicago. I found a great group of ladies like I could, you know, connect with. I fell off, you know, it happens, whatever. So I might try to do it again in the future. But it's a great way to connect with people, to find people to do things with, to go to things that they might be hosting, little events. They do have things like for certain age groups too. It's pretty amazing. You can go on there and you can just look for whatever interests you, you know, dog owners, if you live in certain parts of your city, all that good stuff. So that is definitely a viable way to meet people. Another viable way to meet people is through Bumble. I know that Bumble is known to be a dating app, but they also have a portion of the app called Bumble BFF, and it can help you to find friends. And I was on there for a little while. I may have been on there for maybe like a month. I didn't really have success with it, but I also really I wasn't like fully invested in it. Like I didn't take it seriously, you know, like I talked to like some cool girls or whatever back and forth, but it never really, you know, went anywhere. It didn't go into anything, which is fine. I mean, that's just life, right? Everybody will not click. Everybody will not be friends. Everybody will not like you or whatever. So you just have to, you know, not take things too personal. Just kind of move on and just try something else. And then my final way to meet friends through the internet is Facebook groups. Now, I love Facebook groups, and I know some people don't like Facebook, period, because it's the old folks, you know, social media, but I like it. And the reason why I like it is because they literally have a group for everything. Everything that you could possibly be interested in, they have a group for it. So it kind of aligns you with like-minded people. You do have things that you have interest in. And even if you like never like meet up with these people in real life, you can kind of like be connected to people just like through the internet and have somebody to chat with on a daily basis. Like I feel like I've made some pretty cool connections through Facebook groups just based upon like certain things in my life that I'm going through. When I say they literally have everything that you might think of that you may be going through or maybe want to know about or maybe be interested in, it could be something, like I said, so simple as, you know, I own a husky. So I want to like see what's going on with my husky and, you know, I don't know, I'm struggling with owning a husky. I don't know, whatever. I don't own a dog, but I'm just saying it could be something as simple as that. Or it could be something, you know, more serious, such as like, I'm living with a chronic illness or something, and I just want to talk to people who can relate to these things or whatever the case may be. So I think Facebook groups is another like viable option for you to just make connections and make friends. So to sum all that up, you may not be everyone's cup of tea, and that is just fine. You may not even find like serious friends or just lifelong friends, but it's just all about like making connections. How small they might be, your connections might be really something that you might have for an extended period of time. You just never know. You just never know what's out there until you just get out there and try to meet people and try to connect with people. This world is so big, but sometimes it feels so small, right? And I'd also say step out of your comfort zone and try to be friends with people who you're not usually friends with, because you never know like where that can lead or how you will connect with them or what you'll learn from them, because I'm all about learning. I'm all about educating myself on topics that I didn't know anything about before. So I hope you guys like this video. I hope you found it informative. If you did, make sure you give it a thumbs up. Also check and make sure you're subscribed to my page. I would love to have you here, okay? I would love to have you here. Thank you so much for watching this video. Continue to spread kindness in a world full of hate. I will see you in the next time. Bye-bye.